everybody. Hi. Okie dokie. Let's get into it if we can. Let's talk about what are some of the easiest emails to send, because sometimes you're like, I have 15 minutes to write an email, or I know it's not going to happen. I know I'm going to forget. I know that this is just not going to, I'm not going to be able to get an email out there. Great. Here's what you're going to do. If you have 30 seconds, what you're going to do is pick a blog post. And if you don't have a blog post, you can pick a YouTube video, you can pick a podcast, you can pick an Instagram post, whatever. It does not matter. You're going to pick one of those and you're going to take the first paragraph, or you're going to write a quick little blurb. If it's a blog post, take the first paragraph, copy, paste into the email. Say, read the rest of the article here. Leave a little picture of like a thumbnail, maybe a pin or something, just to give the email something visual so that they can see it, because people click on images. So if it's a blog post, copy and paste the intro portion of that blog post or the first paragraph and say you can read more here. You can add related posts, give them a link or something to other blog posts, making it simple. And that process itself, and of course you're going to have to edit it because, you know, sometimes you say inside of this blog post and it's like, this isn't a blog post, it's an email. Or you could say inside of this blog post and link to the blog post. And that's a way that you can write an email. It takes like 5 minutes. 10 if, you know, you have to do some extra editing and finding a pin or using the featured image or whatever it is. Sometimes it takes just a little bit longer, but it's a lot easier than having to start from scratch. So that's thing one. You could also do promoting a podcast that you've done, or a YouTube video, or an Instagram post. Write like a 2-second blurb about what it is. Today on the podcast, I talked with my friend Allison about personal finance. Go listen to the latest episode here. Today on YouTube, I shared one of my new favorite Canva tips. You can check it out here. And another cool thing with ConvertKit, by the way, as to why I love it, is when you post a YouTube link, I don't know if they do this with everything else, but I know that when you like post a link to YouTube, it brings up the thumbnail and puts like a little, you know, like the little play button over top of it. So cool. I love that. Okay. So there's that. That's another easy one. Same thing. You can do that with like Instagram. You can do that with, again, a podcast episode. You can do it with a tweet. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Just do something where you're able to repurpose content, where you are saying like, okay, if my goal is to get more people over to my blog, send them a blog post. If my goal is to get people to listen to my podcast, I'm sending them a podcast episode. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me. Join my Facebook group. Whatever it is. You're basically going to be sending people where you want them to go. And this does a few things. One, it's a nice, easy email. It's a nice, easy email. You're not asking them for anything. You're saying, if you want more information, go click here and watch it. That's it. Go click here and read it. Go click here and check it out. Go click here and subscribe. Whatever it is. It's a nice, easy thing for all parties involved. And there's your email. So if you can't think of anything to send in an email and you're like, I have 5 minutes left in the day, what can I send? That's something that you can send. If you know that it's going to be eating you up alive, that it's Monday and you didn't send out your Monday email, that's a nice, easy thing that you can do. You could also, this is my sneaky thing. I guess it's not sneaky. Like, I'm just putting it out there. Like, I have heard that this is like a mind-blowing thing. And I don't understand why it's mind-blowing. If you've already written an email in the past and you're like, I don't have anything else to send, go back into your email log from the past. I do sometimes because I've obviously been writing for like a long time, I will take an email from like this time last year or this time 2 years ago, and I will just copy and paste it and send it. Because sometimes past you had like golden nuggets that you're like, how did I wrote this? Are you sure I wrote this? That doesn't seem right. Like, me? I wrote that. And it's like, this is a really good email. Nobody remembers. I don't care. Like, your biggest raving fan might be like, I think I've read this before, but this is so good. Nobody's going to complain about you sending an email that is going to help them. It doesn't matter if you've already sent it because chances are people aren't going to remember that. I'm a nerd, and so I remember things like that. But normal humans who aren't me are not going to remember every single email that you sent them. They're just not. So reuse that email. Reuse it. Absolutely. Yeah, I've gone back through my old emails. I'm like, wow, this is so good. And when you find, pro tip, when you find an email that's really good, have a sequence inside of your email service provider that you add it to. And what I mean by that is like you could do it in a Google Doc either. I don't care. But I like to do it inside of both, TBH, because, I'm a nerd. But the reason that you want to do that is if in the future you want to make a nurture sequence, I just also have a bank of like my best emails. But sometimes in the future, you might want to make a nurture sequence where you're like, I'm going to go on vacation. I'm going to take a month off and I'm not going to email my people. I want to have my people still getting an email for the entire month that I'm gone. That's where you can add some of your best emails to that nurture sequence and send it to them on autopilot, which we can talk about later. But that's one of those things. Like if you find an email that's like gold, make sure you save it so that you can reuse it again because it's really good. I love it when that happens. Ladies, I hope that helped. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. And if you have any questions at all, make sure that you hit reply to emails. You can send me emails at caroline@carolinevencil.com. And yeah, I hope that helped. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.